हाँ, वेरी गुड दीपेश, बहुत अच्छा लगा है, वेरी गुड वेरी गुड वेरी गुड, कीप इट अप। हाँ, पहले ओंकार कर लेंगे, हाथ जोड़िए। ओ साईरा, आस्था,
I solemnly pledge that
I solemnly pledge that
I dedicate myself
I dedicate myself
I dedicate myself
to preserve the unity,
to preserve
to
the
preserve unity,
integrity,
integrity
integrity,
and security of the nation,
and security
and
of the nation,
and, and also strive hard
also
and strive hard
to spread this message
to spread
to
this
spread
message
this message
among my fellow countrymen.
among my
among my
fellow countrymen.
I take this pledge
I take this pledge
I take this pledge
in the spirit of unification of my country,
in the spirit
in the
of
spirit of unification of my country,
country,
which was made possible
which was
which was
made
made possible
by the vision and actions of
by the
by the vision and actions of
Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel.
Sardar
Sardar
Vallabhbhai
Vallabhbhai Patel.
I also solemnly resolve
I
I also solemnly resolve
to make my own contribution
to make my
to
own
make my own
contribution
contribution
to ensure
to
ensure
ensure
internal security of my country.
internal
internal security of
of
my
my country.
country.
Jai Hind.
Jai Hind.
Jai
Jai
Hind.
Jai Hind.
वेरी गुड, बहुत अच्छा किया है। जो भी बच्चे कोऑपरेट किए वेरी गुड, और बाकी बच्चे सबको थैंक यू, वेरी गुड, कीप इट अप। ओके, सो लेट अस स्टार्ट आवर क्लास। आई एम सो हैप्पी, मेरे बच्चे सब आ गए थे, ठीक है, सो इट्स गुड। ओके, नाउ यू नो दैट सबके लिए एक क्लैपिंग दे देती हूँ, ठीक है, यू हैव डन इट वेल, और मुझे अच्छा लगा इसके लिए एक और मैं दे देती हूँ आपको लिए, गुड, ठीक है, सो कीप इट अप। So today we will start a new chapter. You know that we have completed organic chemistry. Today we will start a new chapter. Now we have 4 chapters left. 2 chapters from inorganic chemistry, 1 chapter from physical chemistry, and 1 chapter from organic chemistry. So heavy one is from inorganic chemistry. So we will start inorganic chemistry 1 chapter, and other chapter is also in continuation with the same. So we will start inorganic chemistry chapter. So you can write the name of the chapter, the D and F block elements. Okay, you can write the heading, the D and F block elements. लिख लिया? ओके, सो अगर बुक है तुम्हारे पास, बुक ले सकते हो, because for some cases we need some references like a periodic table. If you have, it is good, because with the help of periodic table you can understand it better. Okay, I will show you some notes, videos, PDF file regarding the same. But first I will give some introduction regarding the chapter, then I will show it to you. Okay, so we know that periodic table generally classified into 4 different categories on the basis of subshells in which the last electron of the element present. And they are S block elements, P block elements, D block elements, and F block elements. S block elements we have learned in 11th class last year. S block elements means you know that S subshell has how many orbitals? How many orbitals? Anyone? S subshell has how many orbitals? कोई बच्चे बता सकते हो how many orbital? Or name? 2. Armeri 2. Armeri is it 2? How many orbitals? I am asking. अच्छा वो क्वेश्चन मार्क लगाया आपको नहीं पता. Okay. Any other answer? Maybe. Okay. Very good, Poonam. It is 1. Very good, very good. Very good, Tisha. तो Tisha को भी question mark है, no problem. So if you have no clarity regarding the same, whenever I say something regarding this topic, please mention it on your copy, okay? Because from here we will start. So S block, S means S subshell has only one orbital. One orbital has maximum capacity of how many electrons? Maximum capacity. S subshell has one orbital. One orbital has maximum capacity of how many electrons? 2. Very good answer. Very good. You know that this 2 is on the basis of which principle? Which principle? 2 is on which principle? There is one principle behind this number 2. That's why number of electron in an orbital is fixed as 2. Which principle? You can write it on the chat box because when you start unmuting your mic, so it will create problems. So it is better write it on the chat box if you know. Heisenberg uncertainty principle. And maybe you think it again. Which principle restricts the number of electrons in an orbital? अभी तक सही आंसर नहीं आया. आयुष क्लू चाहिए. अच्छा, anyone? Which principle on the basis of which the number of it is on the basis of hinder? Pauli's exclusion principle. What is Pauli's exclusion principle? No 2 electrons in an atom can have the same value of 4 quantum numbers. Quantum numbers, everybody remember: principal quantum number, subsidiary quantum number, magnetic quantum number, and spin quantum number. So, no 2 electrons in an atom can have the same value for all 4 quantum numbers. This is the principle, and the application of this principle is that it restricts number of electrons in an orbital as 2, because last quantum number is spin quantum number. Spin quantum number represent orientation of electrons. 2 different type of orientations are there. One is clockwise, another is anti-clockwise. So in an orbital, there exists 2 electrons. One has clockwise spin, another is having anti-clockwise spin. Clockwise spin indicated by upward arrow and anti-clockwise spin expressed by downward arrow. Okay. This is the way we can represent an orbital by making a square. Within the square, 2 arrows we have to mention. One is upward arrow, other is downward arrow. So this is all about the S. S orbital, only one orbital is in S subshell, and this orbital can accommodate maximum of 2 electrons. On the basis of this only, S block has 2 groups of elements. S block has 2 groups, group 1 and group 2. Okay, you remember that group 1 is called alkali metal Group 2 is called the alkaline earth metal. This is the story of S block. Similarly, P block. Let us think about P block. You can write the answer on chat box. Okay. P subshell has how many orbitals? 3. Very good. So P subshell has maximum of 3 orbital. So it has maximum capacity of 6 electrons. Because for a single orbital, maximum capacity is 2. Therefore, for 3 orbitals, maximum of 6 electrons. In this way, P block has 6 groups of elements. Group 13 means boron family. Group 14 means carbon family. Group 15, nitrogen family. Group 16, chalcogens. Group 17, halogens. Group 18, noble gases. Okay, these 6 number is coming from that only. So these 6 group of elements are together known under the name P block elements. Why they are called P block elements? Because their last electron in their atomic state, last electron is present in the P subshell. That's why. Okay. Now this is all about the P block. Now we come to the next block, D block. How many orbital D subshell has? 5. Very good. 5 orbitals are there. So maximum of, very good Samir. Maximum of 10 electrons. So in this way, D block has 10 group of elements. That means group 3 to group 12. Group 3 to group 12. Okay. So altogether 10 groups are there in D block. And come to the F block. F shell has 7 orbitals. Altogether they have 14 electrons. They have the capacity to accommodate 14 electrons. Therefore, that group, there exist 14 groups. But when we consider D and F block, even though we have D block, group 2 to group 12 are there. 10 groups are there. So the study of D block, we will do it in a different way. I will explain. We know that P block elements, we have learned the properties in group wise, like group 16, oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium, polonium. In this way, vertical group. But in the case of D block, the study of element is not on the basis of group wise. It is on the basis of period wise. Period means series. First series, second series, third series. And series is not vertical. Series is horizontal. So that means one series is accommodate maximum of 10 elements. Okay, this 10 is coming from maximum capacity of D subshell. Got it? In the case of D block elements, the study of elements done in horizontal way, not vertical. And this horizontal way, we will discuss it in series. That means first series, second series, third series in this way. So like D block, there is one more name related to D block. They are also called transition elements. But transition elements and D block elements differ to some extent. For example, all D block elements are not transition elements, but all transition elements are D block elements. So there is one difference. What is the difference? D block elements are those elements in which the last electron is present in D subshell. This is the criteria for a D block element. But in the case of transition elements, the criteria is different. Transition elements are those elements with incomplete D subshell. With incomplete. Incomplete means you know that D block has maximum capacity of 10 elements. Maximum. That means one series there is maximum of 10 elements. Okay, but when we consider the transition element concept, transition elements are only 9 elements. Every series there exists only 9 elements. The last element of each series is not considered as transition elements. Perhaps they are considered as D block elements, but not transition elements. The reason is last element of every series. Generally, 3 series are there, distinguishable 3 series are there. Every series, the last element has maximum 10 electrons in the D section. So I will give example. You can write the example and even you can write the configuration also. First transition series start from the element scandium. You can write the symbol SC. Scandium with atomic number 21, and that series ends with the element zinc. Zinc, you know the symbol is Zn with the atomic number 30. Now can you write the configuration of scandium and zinc? Can you write? You can write it on the chat box. Okay, let us see you have any idea. I'll say something. Argon configuration, argon atomic number is 18. So when we start doing the configuration, you can leave first 18 electrons, leave it. And the next entry is on 4s. So you can start doing argon configuration in square bracket, then write 4s, then 3d. According to Ofo principle, first then after 3p, then first comes 4s, then comes 3d. Okay, till 4p, 3p it is completed till argon. 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6. These all will be included in argon. So argon configuration, you can write AR in square bracket, then you can write 4s, then 3d. If you complete your writing part, so I will write it on the board. Okay. Now let us see how many of you have done it correctly. Or you can, if it is very difficult for you, you write all the configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p6 and all. Okay, you can write in that way. First series. First element is scandium with atomic number 21. Zinc with atomic number 30. Scandium, the configuration is 21. Argon configuration 4s2, 3d. Argon is 18. So rest how many electrons are there? 3 electrons are there. 2 and 1. Then comes to zinc. Atomic number 30. Configuration, argon configuration 4s2, 3d. किसी का आंसर सही आया? सही आया है तो चैट बॉक्स में लिख लीजिए. Configuration of scandium 4s2, 3d, but argon configuration and that is zinc is 4s2, 3d. We can see that in this case, first element has incomplete D substrate. Second element has completely filled D substrate. So scandium belongs to the category transition element. But zinc is not belong to the category transition element. It belongs to the category only D block. This is the difference. Okay. Now, if you are thinking about the configuration, we can remember in this way. For a D block elements, one condition is to be fulfilled, and that is the last electron is present in the D subshell. But for a transition element, the condition fulfilled is the element has incomplete D subshell. This concept is very important. So in this way, there are three different series of elements. Transition series, we can say first transition series, second transition series, and third transition series. You can write the name of first element and last element if you wish. First series is scandium to zinc, second series is yttrium to cadmium, and the third series is lanthanum to mercury. So in this case, we can see three elements are there at the last. One is zinc, second is cadmium, and third is mercury. These three elements are considered as D block elements only, and they are not considered as transition elements. This is the first conceptual question. What is the question? Zinc, cadmium, mercury, they are not considered as transition elements. What is the reason? This time onwards, you try to write the questions because this is a conceptual chapter. So try to write questions along with the notes. Okay, then only you can understand the chapter. So zinc, cadmium, mercury has completely filled D subshell. That's why they are not known under the name transition elements, because transition elements are those elements with incomplete D subshell. maximum D block में 10 होना चाहिए, लेकिन transition element में maximum D block में D subshell में होना चाहिए 9. So this is the general understanding related to transition elements, D block elements. Then afterwards, you can see that when we talk about the third transition series, that is lanthanum to mercury. After lanthanum, I think the atomic number is 56. I'm not sure about that. Let me check it. Wait for 1 minute. Correct. So lanthanum, it is 57. And after lanthanum, next element is there. Next element is there in the periodic table, but it is not has the atomic number 58. So there is a gap of 14 elements there, and these 14 elements, 14 represent F subshell, and these 14 elements are present in the bottom portion of periodic table, and these elements are called F block elements. Since the group starts from lanthanum, or these elements are known starting with the lanthanum, so they are called they are coming after lanthanum. Actually, D block, F block elements are starting first. F block element is cerium to lutetium, or second F block element is thorium to laurentium. You can see the periodic table, but after lanthanum it is coming. Therefore, first series of elements in F block is called lanthanide series, and second is coming after actinium. Therefore, they are called the actinide series. Actinide series or actinones, or lanthanide series or lanthanones. This is the introduction of D and F block elements. Okay. Now let us see the introduction of the same. Okay. Let us see. So this is very important. Introduction part. It is coming to the previous topic only. Previous means 11th class, what all you have learned, it is related to there only, that topic only. So let us see. I am presenting. So I'm sharing my screen. I think the screen is visible to you. Is the screen is visible, students? Visible है?
Yes,
Visible
ma'am.
है ना? हाँ, ठीक है. Now let us see the introduction part. You will get little more idea from the introduction part. That's why it is only simple PDF. Okay. Elements in the periodic table divided into 4 categories. You can see this. What we have discussed now, this is all there in the screen. You can see that. Main group elements. Main group elements means representative elements. You can remember this word also. Main group elements. First, main group elements means representative elements. Representative elements means S block elements and P block elements. It is given already in rectangular boxes. Main group elements, these two, and transition elements are these all, and in all series, there altogether 10 elements are there in each. But we are talking about this one, lanthanum, then comes hafnium, then tantalum, ytterbium, in this rhenium, osmium. So these all, and now come to this last portion. You can see first element cerium to lutetium, lanthanoids, thorium to laurentium, they are actinoids. So this is just introduction. Let us see the next one. Transition elements serve as bridge or transition between two sides of the table. Two side means what? This left side, which is of S block element, and right side is that of P block elements. That's why it is considered as a bridge between two sides of the table. Since the last electron in the atom of these elements entered d subshell of penultimate shell. What do you mean by penultimate shell? Okay. What do you mean by valence shell? Anyone can say? What do you mean by valence shell? Valence shell. Can anyone say the answer? What do you mean by valence shell? Okay, I'll tell. Valence shell means the outermost shell where the last electron is present. Outermost shell. सबसे आखिरी वाला shell को बोलते, energy level को बोलते valence shell. And the shell or that energy level which is just before the valence shell. Just before means second last shell. Second last shell is called the penultimate shell. So these elements are also called the D block elements. So you can write this definition for D block elements. Last electron, those elements in which the last electron in the atom of these elements present in the D subshell of the penultimate shell. So these elements are therefore known under the name D block elements. Okay, this point is very important. Present in the D subshell, or D subshell is generally coming under the penultimate shell. Okay. The D block elements, you can see that D block of the periodic table is typically occupied by the transition. And can you see that this is the way? Group 3, you can see that group 3 to group 12. It is in the vertical wise, but the study of the elements always done in the horizontal way. So they are called it series of elements. You can see that scandium to zinc. It belongs to period 4. Scandium with atomic number 21. You have to write these series with the first element and the last element. Very important. One more point is also you have to mention. Middle element is also important. Middle element is also important. First element is also important, and last element. So try to write it in this way. First transition series, that is from scandium to zinc. Write the atomic number, scandium with atomic number 21 and zinc with atomic number 30. This is called the first transition series. And the middle element is manganese with atomic number 25. Second transition series belong to period 5 and the starting element is yttrium with atomic number 39 and the last element is cadmium with atomic number 48 and the middle element is technetium with atomic number 43 and with the symbol Tc. Okay, these are the required informations. You have to write the same on copy. Okay, and the third transition series belong to period 6 and it is starting from lanthanum and it is over with the element mercury with atomic number 80. We can write it down. Okay, so this is the way lanthanum. Then fourth transition series is also there, but the name is not properly given. These names we have to change according to IUPAC name. Okay, actinium with atomic number 112. Recently it was completed. Now in this case, atomic number 57, lanthanum. You can see lanthanum with atomic number 57. After that, hafnium with atomic number 72. One more thing I forgot. Third transition series, you can write the name of middle element rhenium, Re, with atomic number 75. So all these middle elements are very important because these all middle elements are typically considered as very stable metals because of the half-filled d subshells. Half-filled. All these cases, half-filled d subshell is there and completely filled s subshell is there. So if completely filled state and half-filled states are exist in a particular element, it is considered as the most stable element. So that's why these all middle elements are important. I think it is clear to you. Now come to this part 57 lanthanum. Then comes the next element in the third transition series is hafnium with atomic number 72. In between 14 elements are missing. These elements are there at the bottom portion of periodic table and they are coming under the category F block elements. 14 elements means 14. 14 stands for F block. Accommodation of F subshell is 14 electrons. That's it. Now come to the next one, actinium with atomic number 89. See, you can see that two asterisks are there in actinium. And here the rutherfordium with atomic number 104. In between, again, there are 14 elements missing. These elements are coming there in the bottom portion of periodic table. And there we can see that thorium to lawrencium 14 elements are there. So they are called actinoids because it is coming after actinium. These elements, first F block elements are called lanthanides because they are coming after lanthanum. So this is only introduction part. Okay. So here it is mentioned 4th 6D series is still incomplete. Now it is complete. Now altogether one element with atomic number 121 discovered with all properties. Okay. So let us see the next slide. This part is very, very important. Okay. D block elements exhibit addition of last electron to the penultimate shell or the progressive filling of electron in the d orbital. Elements have two outermost shells which are partially filled. They have electronic configuration. What you have to write in your copy? This last one. This is the electronic configuration of D block elements. Write down the electronic configuration. The electronic configuration of D block element is n minus 1 D 1 to 10 and ns 0 to 2. Why is it so? That I will explain. There is one reason behind. I will explain that. You can write atomic number 24 and the element is chromium. Can you write the configuration of chromium? Actual configuration, not expected. This is also a revision topic from 11th class. So if you could not, I will tell you, you can write it down. The expected configuration of chromium is configuration of argon. So you can write, put argon in square bracket. After that you can write 4s2 3d4. 4s2 3d4. This is the expected configuration. Actual configuration of chromium is 4s1 3d5. 4s1 3d5. Focus on that configuration. There you can see 4s. So number of this period number is 4. This n in place of chromium it is 4. And which is the number indicate D subshell 3D. How we get the number 3? Subtracting 1 from 4. 4 minus 1 equal to 3. 3D 1 to 10. So number of electron in S subshell may be 1 or sometimes it may be 2. So here you can make the correction. N as 1 to 2. Instead of 0, you can write it as 1 to 2. Okay, because 0 is not possible, but 1 and 2 are possible. So maximum electrons in NS, that means S subshell is either it is 1 or it is 2. One example I had given to you, scandium, you can look at the configuration of scandium. It is 4s1 4s2 3d1. Look at that. Number of electron in 4s subshell is 2 and number of electron in 3d subshell is 1. Okay. Now focus on actual configuration of chromium. It is 4s1 and 3d5. Okay. So these are examples I am giving to you. So this is called the D block. So I think this is more than sufficient introduction. So we will continue in the next class. I am stop sharing and I am coming back to our class. Okay. So this is the introduction part of D block.